Ever had your mom scream at you through a hospital video call, "Don't you dare ruin our plans again"? Yeah, that was me, hooked to an IV, begging for help while they prioritized a friend's birthday. I'm Rachel Carter, 33, and that's when I realized my family never cared. The words hit me like a punch to an already bruised gut. It was Christmas Eve, and I was lying in a sterile bed at Las Vegas Medical Center. The beep of monitors, a cruel soundtrack to my unraveling life. Pain clawed through my abdomen, sharp, relentless, like a blade twisting deeper with every breath. I clutched my phone, hands trembling, staring at the blurry faces of my parents on the screen. My curly dark hair stuck to my sweat-slick forehead, brown eyes sunken with exhaustion. I wore a faded gray hoodie and jeans, the same clothes I'd thrown on when the bleeding started that morning. My twins, Liam and Sophie, played quietly in the corner. 2 years old, oblivious to the chaos, stacking blocks on the cold tile floor. "Don't you dare ask us to cancel again!" Mom's voice, Linda, 52, sharp-featured with dyed blonde hair, crackled through the call, echoing off the white walls. "We've been planning Greg's buddy's birthday party for weeks. You can't keep doing this, Rachel." I blinked, stunned, my mouth dry. Doing what? Bleeding internally? Needing emergency surgery? My husband, Mark, had died 6 months ago in a car crash, leaving me to raise our kids alone. Now, complications from that trauma, internal bleeding the doctors couldn't explain, had landed me here. I'd called my parents as a last resort, voice shaking as I begged them to watch Liam and Sophie. This was their answer. Dad, Greg, 55, broad and balding, his face red with irritation, leaned into the frame. "You're becoming a real burden, Rachel. We're retired now. We deserve to enjoy our lives without your constant problems." A burden. The word sliced deeper than the pain in my gut. I'd been sending them $2,000 every month for 3 years, since they took early retirement, propping up their mortgage, their dinners out, their life. Even after Mark died, I kept it up, scraping by while grieving, because family sticks together. Or so I thought. My chest tightened, tears prickling, but I couldn't cry. Not yet, not with the twins watching. "Mom, Dad, please," I rasped, voice cracking. "The surgery's tonight. I don't have anyone else. The kids." "Figure it out," Greg snapped, cutting me off. "Call Chloe or something. We're not missing this." The screen went black. I stared at the blank phone, my breath hitching. The room spun, pain, betrayal, fear crashing together. Liam toddled over, his dark curls bouncing, and tugged my sleeve. "Mama, okay?" Sophie followed, her big brown eyes, Mark's eyes, wide with worry. I forced a smile, brushing their cheeks. "Mama's fine, sweeties." A lie. I wasn't fine. I might not make it through the night. A soft knock pulled me back. Sarah, the nurse, a sturdy woman in her 40s with short red hair and kind blue eyes, stepped in, clipboard in hand. She glanced at the twins, then me, her face softening. "Vitals time, Rachel. How's the pain?" "Bad," I whispered, wincing as she adjusted my IV. "Worse after that call." She frowned, setting the clipboard down. "Your folks?" "Yeah." My voice broke. "They're at a birthday party. Won't watch the kids. Said I'm a burden." Sarah's jaw tightened, a flicker of anger crossing her freckled face. "That's bullshit. You're fighting for your life here." She knelt by the twins, handing Sophie a block. "I've got a friend, Anna, a nanny. She's great with kids. Want me to call her?" I nodded, throat too tight to speak. A stranger's kindness cut through the fog of my parents' rejection. Growing up, I'd been invisible next to Chloe, my 25-year-old sister, their golden girl. At 12, my science fair trophy sat ignored while they cheered Chloe's dance recital. College graduation? They skipped it for her high school play. I'd worked summers to pay bills while Chloe got a car at 16. My wedding to Mark? "Too far," they'd whined, but they flew Chloe to a modeling audition. I'd sent them money, thousands, while raising twins alone, and now this. I dialed Chloe, desperate. Her voice, high, annoyed, answered after 3 rings. What, Rachel? I'm getting ready for the party. Chloe, I'm in the hospital. Surgery tonight. Can you take the twins? She scoffed. Stop being dramatic. I'm not missing this for you. Call someone else. Click. The phone slipped from my hand, clattering to the bed. My vision blurred. Tears, pain, rage. Sarah squeezed my shoulder, her touch grounding me. Anna's on her way. You're not alone, okay? I nodded. But inside, something snapped. All my life, I'd been the fixer, the giver, the fool. Not anymore. The hospital room felt smaller after Chloe hung up, the white walls pressing in like a cage. My abdomen throbbed, a relentless ache that pulsed with every heartbeat, but it was nothing compared to the hollow burn in my chest. I dropped the phone onto the thin blanket, my curly dark hair falling into my face as I stared at it. Chloe's words looping in my head. Stop being dramatic. Nay. Dramatic? I was bleeding inside, facing surgery that could kill me, and my whole family, Mom, Dad, Chloe, chose a birthday party over my twins. Liam giggled from the corner, stacking a wobbly tower of blocks, while Sophie hummed, her tiny hands clutching a toy car. Their innocence made my throat tighten. If I didn't make it, who'd take them? Not my parents, not Chloe. Sarah, the nurse, hovered nearby, her red hair catching the dim light as she adjusted my IV. Her blue eyes flicked to me, sharp with concern. You okay, Rachel? You're pale. I shook my head, voice barely a whisper. They're all going. Even Chloe said I'm dramatic. My brown eyes stung, but I blinked hard. No tears? Not now. I've got no one. You've got me, Sarah said, firm but soft. She knelt by the twins, brushing Liam's dark curls. And Anna's almost here. She's a pro, worked with kids in tough spots. She'll handle Liam and Sophie like champs. I nodded, a flicker of relief piercing the fog of betrayal. But it wasn't enough to dull the memories crashing in. Years of being the family's doormat. At 15, I'd spent a summer waitressing to cover our electric bill, while Chloe got a shiny red car for her birthday. My wedding to Mark? Mom whined it was too far from their place in Henderson, but they flew Chloe to LA for a modeling audition that flopped. When the twins were born, they visited once. Greg grumbled they were too loud. Linda said they'd come back when they're older. Older, like my kids were a chore to pencil in. And the money. God, the money. 3 years ago, Greg and Linda took early retirement. Big dreams, no savings. I started sending $2,000 a month, every month, because they begged. Mortgage, groceries, Chloe's boutique, that tanked in 3 weeks. After Mark died, I kept it up, even when my savings bled dry. Because Mark had always said, family's worth it, Rach. He'd been my rock, tall and steady with green eyes that saw me when no one else did. Now he was gone, and I was still pouring cash into people who'd rather toast a stranger than save me. The door creaked open, and Anna stepped in, a wiry woman in her 30s, with short black hair and warm hazel eyes. She wore a bright blue sweater and jeans, a backpack slung over one shoulder. Rachel? Her voice was calm, steady. I'm Anna. Sarah called me. Hey, I managed, wincing as a fresh stab of pain hit. Liam toddled over, curious, and Anna crouched, smiling. Hi, buddy. I'm Anna. Want to show me your blocks? He grinned, tugging her hand. Sophie followed, shy but intrigued. Watching them, my heart twisted. Relief, yes, but fury, too. A stranger cared more than my blood. Sarah stood, brushing her hands on her scrubs. Told you she's good. Surgery's in an hour. Focus on that, okay? Anna's got this. Thanks, I said, voice thick. Anna glanced up, her hazel eyes meeting mine. Anything I should know about them? Liam loves trucks, I said, forcing steadiness. Sophie's clingy when she's scared. They lost their dad 6 months ago. Car crash. Anna's face softened. I'm so sorry. I've worked with kids through worse. They'll be safe with me. She pulled a toy truck from her bag, and Liam squealed, diving for it. Sophie watched, clutching her car, then inched closer. I exhaled, shaky but grateful. Sarah checked her watch. "I'll get the prep team. You're strong, Rachel. You'll pull through." She left, and Anna settled with the twins, her quiet competence a lifeline. Alone with my thoughts, I grabbed my phone again. Chloe's latest Instagram popped up, a selfie in a low-cut red dress, smirking at the party, captioned, "Best night ever." My stomach churned. Best night. While I might die. I scrolled back. Mom's texts from last month. "Need extra this time, Rachel. Prices are up." Greg's call 2 weeks ago. "Chloe's boutique needs a boost. Send more." I'd done it every time, because I wanted to be better than them, better than their selfishness. Now, staring at Chloe's smug face, something snapped. Not sadness, rage. White-hot, trembling rage. "Anna!" I said, voice low. She looked up, truck in hand. "Can I borrow your pen?" She handed me one from her bag, puzzled. I scribbled on a napkin, my bank app password. Hands shaking, I logged in, found the auto transfer to my parents. $2,000, set for next week, and canceled it. Done. Then I typed a text, fingers flying. "I'm done. No more money, no more contact. You chose a party over my kids. Goodbye." I sent it to Mom, Dad, Chloe, then tossed the phone aside, chest heaving. Anna raised an eyebrow. "Big move?" "Yeah," I said, a bitter laugh escaping. "They've bled me dry for years. I'm in surgery in an hour, and they're eating cake." "Screw them." She nodded, no judgment. "Good for you. Focus on those two now." She tickled Sophie, who giggled, and my resolve hardened. Surgery loomed, fear gnawing at me. What if I didn't wake up? But stronger than fear was this. I was done begging for scraps, from them, from anyone. Sarah returned with a team in scrubs, their faces a blur. "Time to roll, Rachel." I squeezed Anna's hand, then kissed Liam and Sophie, whispering, "Mama loves you." As they wheeled me out, Chloe's selfie burned in my mind, her smirk, their laughter. I'd spent years fixing their messes. No more. The operating room lights blurred as they wheeled me in, my curly dark hair plastered to my face, brown eyes wide with a mix of fear and defiance. The pain in my gut was a dull roar now, numbed by drugs, but my mind raced. Liam and Sophie's faces, Anna's steady voice, my family's betrayal. I clung to that last text I'd sent. No more money, no more contact. As the anesthesia took hold, I felt it. Not just fear, but freedom. Whatever happened, I was done being their ATM, their doormat. I woke groggy, throat raw, the hospital room quiet, except for the twins' soft chatter. Anna sat in the corner, Sophie on her lap with a toy car. Liam sprawled with his truck. My gray hoodie hung loose on my shoulders, jeans stiff from sweat and hours unmoved. Sarah leaned over, her red hair a bright spot in the haze. "You made it, Rachel. Surgery went fine. Just rest now." Relief hit like a wave, but it was fragile. I'd survived, but 5 days in the hospital stretched ahead, weakness pinning me to the bed. Anna stayed, day and night, her blue sweater a constant as she played with the twins, fed them, soothed them. My phone buzzed relentlessly. 30 missed calls, texts piling up. Mom, "What's this about no money? Call us." Dad, "You can't do this. We need that cash." Chloe, "You're selfish, Rachel. Mom and Dad are freaking out." Not one asked if I was alive, if the twins were okay. My jaw clenched, teeth grinding. Selfish. After everything I'd given them. By day 3, I could sit up, pain a dull ache now. Anna handed me coffee, her hazel eyes steady. "Your family's blowing up your phone. What's the deal?" "They're pissed I cut the $2,000 a month," I said, voice hoarse. "Been supporting them since they retired. Mortgage, Chloe's failed boutique, all of it. They chose a party over my kids. I'm done." Anna whistled low. "That's cold. Good riddance." She bounced Sophie, who giggled. and I felt a pang. Gratitude, yes, but a hollow ache too. Strangers saw my worth, my family never did. The texts turned desperate by day 5. Dad, bank's calling, mortgage is late, fix this. Mom, we'll lose the house, Rachel, help us. Chloe, you've always been jealous of me, grow up. Jealous? I'd paid for her car, her dreams, while raising twins alone. I blocked them all, fingers steady, heart pounding with a strange calm. Sarah caught me mid-block. Big step? Overdue, I said, smirking faintly. They're not my problem anymore. Discharge day, I hugged Anna tight. I owe you everything. She grinned. Pay me back by hiring me part-time. I like these two. I did, redirecting that $2,000 to her, to my life. Back home, my apartment felt small, but mine. My graphic design clients picked up. Remote work kept me close to Liam and Sophie. I started a side gig, memorial websites, inspired by Mark's crash. Word spread fast. Money trickled in. 6 months later, I sold the place. Bought a 3-bedroom house with a backyard. Grass for the twins to tumble in. A fresh start. My family didn't fade quietly. Greg sent a family email. Rachel's abandoned us after all we've done. Lies. No mention of the surgery, the twins, their party. Cousins called, curious. I told the truth. Texts, calls, years of cash. Most backed me, sending meals, playdates. Chloe's boutique flop surfaced. They'd sunk savings into it, plus a boat, expecting my checks to float them. Foreclosure hit. They lost the house, moved to a cramped condo. I felt nothing. No guilt, no glee, just distance. A year later, they showed up unannounced. I opened the door, tall frame tense in my gray hoodie, jeans faded from wear. Linda's blonde hair was duller, her sharp face pinched. Greg looked smaller, balding head bowed. Chloe trailed, smug in a low-cut black dress, arms crossed. Rachel, Linda started, voice sugary. We've been worried. Can we see the twins? No, I said flat. You don't get to play grandparents now. Greg's face darkened. We're struggling. Lost the house. You owe us. I owe you. I cut in, voice steel. I sent $2,000 a month for years. Fixed your messes while Chloe got cars and boutiques. I almost died, surgery alone, and you picked a party. You're nothing to us. Chloe scoffed. They've changed. You're just bitter. I met her eyes, cold. Changed? Where's the apology? You're here for cash, not me. Linda's lip trembled. Fake tears, always fake. Rachel, we're family. You chose a cake over my kid's safety, I said. Families respect, not blood. Get out. I shut the door, their protests muffled, my pulse steady. No second chances, not for them. That night, I sat on my new porch, Liam and Sophie asleep inside. My community, Anna, cousins, neighbors, had become my real family. The memorial gig grew. I quit half my design clients, poured love into my kids, myself. My phone glowed. I hit record. What's the worst your family's ditched you for? Tell me below. I'm reading everyone. Hit like if you'd cut them off too. See you next time. I posted, smiling. Views climbed fast. I wasn't alone anymore. I'd built something better. I used to think family meant sacrifice, I whispered to the dark. Now, I know it's respect, or nothing. I made my own, and they don't get a piece of it.